When looking at the highest rated CT players on Vertigo and HLTV, we can see all of the Gambit players are on that list, including one name who is at the very top. sh1ro is currently scoring a HLTV rating of 1.33, which is 0.11 higher than Hobbit, who is the second best. Hey, I'm Smirky, and today I want to look at sh1ro and how he AWPs on the CT side of Vertigo. But before we begin, a quick word from our sponsor, ggPredict.
If you play CSGO, you gotta try ggPredict.io. It's a training platform to analyze and better understand how you play and what mistakes you make during your Counterstrike matches. Then, effectively train those aspects that need improvement. You can use it to improve literally every aspect of your game: team play, nades, pace of your game, or your aim. It not only analyzes your game in so many aspects, but also lets you train on the platform thanks to personalized training plans. How? ggPredict's AI knows exactly what you need to do to become a better player. Each week, you automatically get tailor-made trainings made by the best CSGO athletes who work with ggPredict. It's easy and fun, and you can train right on GGP servers and get all the data from your trainings analyzed. Simply connect your Steam, Faceit, or eSportal account and get your matches instantly analyzed by ggPredict. We almost forgot, if you're playing just for fun, that's great too. You'll love our social features, which allow you to compare with your friends and finally check who really is carrying the team.
Alright, let me show you how sh1ro will peek towards yellow. In this round, Gambit through a deep ramp smoke, and if one of the team liquid players tries to go through the smoke and perhaps go to this gap or run straight through it, sh1ro will have vision and can get a free kill. Once again, sh1ro is going to come to a short, he's going to scope him when he arrives, and he's going to look straight down that smoke, waiting for any T aggression. Now I'm going to show you what happens when sh1ro gets flashed off, and when he wants to peek after the smoke. In this round, sh1ro is going to be peeking down yellow, and one of the team liquid players is going to flash him off. So as a response, sh1ro is going to shoot a shot, and he's doing this because there's a chance he might get a free kill if the T's were to swing off it. And to delay the push, he's going to smoke off yellow, and this smoke will disappear around 50 seconds, which is an okay time to let the T's have ramp control. sh1ro is going to come towards yellow once again, and he's going to scope in nice and early. He's doing this because he doesn't want to hear the T's scoping with his AWP, and this will prevent him from being countered by jiggle peeks or set pop flashes. But unfortunately, when he gets over, he will get pop flashed, he'll take a shot, and he will throw a grenade after it. And once again, he wants to smoke it off to delay the push. However, sh1ro has two teammates nearby, and due to this, he wants to stay by and support them. sh1ro is going to hold yellow to prevent the T's from being able to go behind their backs, and this will allow them to have a stronger grip on ramp control. Now let's look at sh1ro peeking after the smoke. If sh1ro is playing towards yellow, once the smoke starts to fade, he's really concentrated because there might be a T behind it. And when he doesn't see anything, he's going to move out into an angle like this. This position could be treated like an off angle, as you may not expect to see T play in this position, especially with an AWP, meaning he'll only need to hit one bullet before falling off. However, shortly he's going to return back to his normal position. Here is another example. The smoke is going to fade, sh1ro peeks out, he doesn't see anything, and it will return back to his position. Now let me show you how sh1ro will play towards short after he's done peeking yellow. In this round, sh1ro is going to fall off from yellow towards short, and he's going to hold this angle right here. And the power of this position is that because he's so close to the beam, it can be really hard to flash him, as it will cover any flashbangs to his left. The only way to flash him is by throwing it to the right, where he can see and dodge it. However, once Nafany gets a double kill, sh1ro is going to regress to help take ramp control. Once again, sh1ro is going to fall back from yellow. After he gets the kill, he's going to throw a HE to deny the re-aggression. Then he can sit back into this position. And if KD wanted to peek sh1ro, very likely KD will be fragged, and there's no one to trade him. But once Nafany gets the kill, sh1ro decides to push with his 5-7. Now let me show you how sh1ro will hold ramp. In this round, he's going to make his way over towards ramp, and he wants to go for a peek. It is worth noting, if the T's do have a good spawn and you do have a bad spawn, they could be up yellow by this timing. However, he'll peek out a bit more, and he will spot Tessus, who is just trying to throw some utility. And he wants to try and go for a peek before the deep ramp smoke blooms. Now if I rewind it, you can see how this opening kill will work. Once again, sh1ro is going to come over towards ramp. He wants to peek before the smoke blooms, but unfortunately Fallen will be holding for it and will deny sh1ro the pick. In this one run against Liquid, Gambit was doing a half buy and sh1ro decided to buy a hero AWP, and because this Hobbit wants to help utilize the AWP. So in this round they're going to be together towards ramp, and if Hobbit gets contact, sh1ro can peek out and hopefully get the kill. But unfortunately in this round, no opportunity presents itself, so he will rotate towards mid. Now let me show you how we will play towards the sandbags. In this round, he's going to transition from yellow towards these sandbags, and he's going to be holding an angle where he can spot the tees going behind the box or in front of it. If he spots the tees going in front of the box, he's trusting in his flick to hit the shot. But as you can see, there's going to be a flying NAF who's going to try and bait the shot out of sh1ro. When sh1ro misses the shot, he's going to throw this Molotov, and this Molotov will deny them being rushed by Liquid. Once again, sh1ro's going to come over towards these sandbags, and we can see when he comes over, he's going to be clearing his angles really carefully one by one. He's going to clear the boost on top of the boxes before peeking towards the left, and then putting his crosshair where it was last time. And this is something you really should be doing if you're coming towards ramp, as a T could be sitting in one of these positions ready to punish you. Now let's look at sh1ro playing on the side. In this round, sh1ro's going to put his back against the wall, and he's going to create a one-way smoke towards crane. It's to allow sh1ro to get an opening kill, and allow Hobbit to get close. As we can see in both POVs, if sh1ro gets contact, he can get a free kill, and if the T's wanted to run through the smoke, Hobbit can use it as a wall. I did the smoke in a practice server, as you can see here, and if I was a T, I literally can't see anything on the side, which makes the smoke super effective. Now let me show you one of sh1ro's favorite spots. In this round, sh1ro's going to go next to Tetris. He's going to aim here, and he's going to jump for the smoke. This smoke will block off short, and this will help Nafany and Hobbit hold short for a longer period. Once he's thrown the smoke, he's going to wait a bit until putting himself onto this angle. And this is an angle sh1ro will play quite commonly. This angle can be really good against players who are trying to shift up, or any AWPers. However, can be ineffective against an execute. So for yourselves, I would probably recommend putting your crosshair bit out, just so you can actually hit the shot. In this clip, we can see sh1ro is going to be playing the same angle. Team Liquid are wanting to execute onto the bomb site, and the sad thing about this position is that it can be really easy to nullify. In this round, sh1ro is going to throw smoke, which will block sh1ro off. And once the smoke goes down, it can be really hard to find a kill or find any impact on stopping the execute. So it is generally best to try and make it a 5v4 before allowing the T's to have ramp control, as it can be really hard to retake the bomb site. In this round, sh1ro is going to play towards Tetris, and he's going to be looking towards short, and sh1ro's currently playing a head angle, meaning only his head is showing, unlike the T's where their full body is showing, and this is going to make it really difficult to get a kill onto sh1ro, especially if you're playing against lower ranked players, who obviously won't have the same aim as these pro players. However, in a second, Team Liquid is going to throw an execute, and sh1ro is going to hear the utility being pulled, so as a response, sh1ro is going to peek towards crane, waiting for sh1ro to peek. If sh1ro was to peek before the smoke went off, Gambit will find themselves in a 2v2, which will remove the man advantage from Team Liquid. However, sh1ro is going to play this patiently, and he's going to wait for the smoke to go off. Once the smoke goes off, sh1ro can't see anything, so as a response to that, he's going to jump on top of Tetris and look towards crane. And once again, sh1ro is going to be disciplined, waiting for his flashbangs to go off before peeking. And this will force sh1ro to fall back and allow Team Liquid to have the bomb plant. So the A site can be really difficult to hold with an AWP when the T's can easily execute onto you. But the advantage of having an AWP on the A bomb site is that you have the possibility to kill the bomb plant through the default boxes. We can see when the bomb's being planted, sh1ro's going to go crazy, and he's going to try and go for those wall bangs. But unfortunately, none of his shots hit, but if they did, they'll make the retake a lot easier. Once again, sh1ro's playing towards the A bomb site, and he gets smoked off, so as a response, he wants to try and wallbang sh1ro through the boxes. But he doesn't get it, so he's going to try and go for some shots through the smoke. It is worth noting, if you're trying to play towards default, it will take around 3 body shots from the AWP to get the kill. So it's not always a guarantee that you'll get the kill on your first hit, but you may do some damage. When sh1ro's not playing towards A, he's always in mid. Let me show you how he plays there. At the start of the round, he's going to come over towards mid, and he's going to scope in nice and early. And as mentioned before, he's doing this because he doesn't want the T's to know that he's towards mid with the AWP. When he comes over, he's going to place himself in this angle. And the angle that sh1ro's holding is pretty tight. However, it is to be expected from a pro player with such good reactions. It is worth noting, if playing this position, it is really easy to throw utility at you and flash you off. They can either throw utility through the holes, just like when sh1ro got naded, or they can do a flash like this. And when he gets flashed off, he'll either play towards CT or elevator. Once again, sh1ro's going to come over towards mid, however this time he's going to throw this Molotov. If you aim at this curve in the wall, the Molotov will bounce off the wall and will spread really nicely, preventing the T's from being able to rush it without taking heavy damage. So if you're playing towards mid, I would highly recommend using this Molotov. However, once he throws the Molotov, he's going to jiggle it to make sure no T's run out. He'll step back to scope in to make sure NAF can't hear it, then he'll post himself on the angle. But as mentioned before, it is really easy to throw utility at you, so in this round NAF is going to throw a Molotov, which will force sh1ro away from his position. And you don't always need to play super passive towards mid. In this round, sh1ro is going to be scoped in on mid, Flit's going to flash him off the angle, and sh1ro is going to fall off, throwing a Molotov to make sure he can't get pushed. After he's thrown the Molotov and goes towards CT, he's going to think about regressing towards mid. And in a second we can see he's going to shift walk his way up, just in case if one of the VP members were there. By retaking map control, he can get information for his team and try and guess where the T's are going to go, and he could also get a potential kill with his AWP. Now whenever sh1ro needs to fall off, he will either play towards elevator or CT. In this round, sh1ro is going to come over towards elevator, and the power of this position is that you can easily go back to A if needed, and you can support B. In this round, the B is going to take contact, so sh1ro is going to move away from the angle to make sure he doesn't get timing, and it will fall flashbang above B stairs before peeking out again. And this is something every player should be doing. If you're holding an angle and you need to throw utility, you should be moving away from the angle to avoid you getting peeked by timing. And as we can see in the top right, these flashbangs are just destroying Heroic, de-accelerating their momentum onto the side, giving time for the CTs to get into position and get ready for some fights. Once again, sh1ro is going to be playing towards mid. However, it is worth noting about this position is that it can be really easy to flash you due to how open it is to his right. And in this round, one of the Liquid players decided to fall flash, and this is going to force sh1ro off the angle. Due to this, sh1ro doesn't want to risk getting peeked by one of the team members, so he falls off towards elevator, and Axel will come to assist. Now, Axel and sh1ro are going to work together to retake map control and retake mid. Axel is going to stand by near window, sh1ro is going to clear his angles, and if sh1ro took contact, Axel can swing and support sh1ro. However, once they get map control, Axel will fall off towards B, and sh1ro will rotate towards CT. And the power of holding mid towards CT is that it can be really easy to fall back towards B if you need to support, and you can rotate towards heaven on A if you need to support A. And if you don't have a set flash, it can be really hard to flash CT. As we can see, sh1ro has a lot of cover to his right, meaning no flashbangs going to his right will hit him. After watching a couple of sh1ro demos, I've noticed that sh1ro offers a static style of AWP'ing where he'll sit in a certain spot of a map for a long period and maybe will rotate once or twice during the mid round. And because of this, I do feel like his playstyle is a bit predictable. Once the tease knows where he is, his spots and playstyle can be readable due to how limited the map is for AWPers. And lastly, I like how consistent his playstyle is, being able to understand what he can do in a certain scenario or how to support his teammates. For example, if you get smoked off, he'll start spamming the smoke to see if he can get any free kills. If sh1ro gets flashed, sh1ro will take a shot before immediately falling off the angle. Or if he wants to support his teammates, he'll get behind cover and throw it safely instead of doing it in the open. And because of this, I do feel like everyone can watch a sh1ro demo and learn something if you want to become an AWPer. If you have any player or positions you want me to break down next, feel free to put it in the comments below and I'll have a look. Perhaps you want to know how to smoke off house and ancient from T-Spawn? Well, I made a video on my Twitter which you can check out in the link in the description. Apart from that, thanks for watching the video, see you in a bit.